If you're watching this video, you probably want to start ranching or cow farming. Listen guys, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of advice. Don't say cow farming. If you own cattle and you have a pasture, typically we say ranching. If you have a lot where there's cows at, or a small yard, then you can say cattle feeding. Cow farming is usually what people say when they don't have cows, but they know that they're on a farm. Cow farming. I don't hate, I made the same mistake. I said cow farming. My dad made fun of me for like 15 years. So if you want to move to a farm and start ranching within the next 10 years, you need to watch this. But the steers are hungry, so we need to get them fed. Now there's a big reason that you need to start learning how to ranch right now if you want to own cattle in the next 10 years. And I'm going to get to that after we get these guys fed. If you've never been on my channel and you've watched some of my old videos, you'll notice that I had a lot of videos on weight loss. And that's because weight loss was a huge part of my journey. And I really started this channel, excuse me, lights, the gate is stuck. Anyway, I really started this channel to help motivate more people. I wanted to inspire people after my college football career. And I said, you know, I need to lose weight. A lot of people struggle with losing weight. So I'm going to share my journey. But more recently, I pivoted my channel to talk about starting a small profitable farm or small profitable ranch, specifically around cattle because my family has cattle. I want to prove that you can do this at small scale and scale up from there. And so I talked my dad into letting me buy these 3 steers. I bought these 3 steers here, and no, that is ditch weed. Just so you know, that is ditch weed. Don't get any ideas. Anyway, bought these 3 steers here. We're feeding them out and we're selling them direct to consumer. Why am I selling them direct to consumer? Because I think it is the most profitable way a small ranch or a small scale operation can make money. I currently work as an ag loan officer full-time, so I'm doing this on the side. I'm proving that you can start this on the side of your full-time job. Now, caveat, I was able to get this little area here leased. Yes. Is it easier that my family has ground? Yes. Does that mean it's impossible if you don't know somebody who has a ranch? It's not impossible. But will it be harder? Absolutely. But how bad do you want this? And I do know people who have done it with no connections in the beginning. With these 3 steers, we're going to share the numbers when we get towards the end here and show just how, you know, profitable this can be and how we scale it up. But with this small scale operation, we're going to go through some of the numbers when we get closer to the end, and we're going to prove that you can make this profitable and scale up. So if you're joining this channel for the first time, subscribe because we have a long journey ahead. We're not done, you know. We're going to scale this thing up to, you know, dare I say 50, 100, 200 plus head of cows. And we're starting with 3 head. Why 3 head? Because I think it's doable for most people. And why 3 head? Because, you know, I'm young and I don't have a lot of capital raised. And I didn't want to go to the bank that I work for and ask for money because I want to prove that you can do it without borrowing money. So what did I need? I needed the capital to purchase these 3 steers. Are steers expensive right now? Yes, they are. And that leads me right into the reason that you need to be focusing on this right now if you want to own cattle in the next 10 years. Within the next 10 years, over 80% of farms and ranches are going to change hands. That means there's opportunity to buy out an operation that has existed for many, many, many years and many decades, dare I say. Now, are there some that have kids who they want to pass their operation down to? Yes. But more than ever before, there are kids, family members. I see it every single day in my career. I witnessed it even when I was a commodity broker, that there's kids of these long-term farmers, long-term ranchers who moved to the city, got comfortable, cozy jobs, made good money. Good for them. Good for them. They made a life off the ranch, off the farm. And they don't want to move back. You know, they just want to sell out and collect the money when mom and dad, grandma and grandpa leave. And so it means that there's opportunity. But where there's opportunity, there are the big guys. What do I mean by this? You have your big investors. I'm not going to name names, but a lot of you will know who I'm talking about. Those big investors who are buying up farm ground across the country, all over. They're going to be there. They're going to be ready. They're going to see this influx of land becoming for sale. They're going to see the tax incentive. They're going to see those deductions you can make with the nutrient program. If you don't understand that, ask me about it. I'm glad to share you about how they deduct that from their taxes. They're going to see that opportunity as well. And a lot of times when the investors see the opportunity, they do what is easy because they're not here to do the actual work. They're here to buy a valuable asset. And I'm not here to say that it is not their right because, they earn the capital to have the ability to do that. And we cannot fault them for it. It's the way capitalism is. And, I believe in capitalism. It's just the way it is. If you have the money, you have the opportunity. There it is. But that doesn't mean I don't think you should quit. That doesn't mean I think you should pout and complain about the system. No. Because I've seen people who had the opportunity to just complain and chose not to. And they started a family ranch, a family farm, small, and they scaled it up to what they wanted. Maybe they just want a hobby farm on the side. Maybe they just want a hobby ranch on the side. It's doable. But maybe they scale it up to an actual, full-on operation where they live off of that income. And that's what we're proving that you can do with this channel. So why do I say you need to learn this right now? Because 80% are changing hands. And you need to be ready to get the land. You can't buy it and then not know what to do with it because you're going to have to be ready to operate the second that comes for sale. Not only that, you're going to have to start building connections now. Why? Because you won't be the highest bidder. Those investors have more capital than you. You can go to a bank, yes, but I understand how that works. I work at one. The people who have more capital, cash, are still going to have the edge because they don't have a cap. Their cap is way, 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 way higher. Even if you go to the bank, their cap is probably higher than yours. So you're going to have to build relationships, and that takes years. You're going to have to go to a family rancher, especially if you don't have a family operation like I do. You're going to have to go to somebody who has the ranch. You're going to have to go to somebody who has the farm, somebody to build the connections with. Even if you know that they're going to have kids to pass that on to, build the connections. You don't know if the kid wants that big of an operation. Maybe they want to split it up. Maybe they want to quarter it out and sell just little bits here and there. You don't know how it's going to operate. You need to build connections, network. It's the same thing in business. What do these small businesses do? They network, they make connections, and they try to provide value outside of what they're asking for. And then in turn, it comes back to them. They don't expect it, but they build honest, true connections. And I promise if you go to a rancher, a family operation, and you say, hey, I just want to learn. Can I work for you for free for a weekend or two? Can I come out here, bring my kid? I want to show my kid what hard work is really about. And I just would like him to be around the atmosphere, as much as I can. I don't want to step on your toes, but would you mind if I come and watch this and that? And I'll do what I can. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I will learn quickly. I will stay out of the way when I need to stay out of the way, and I will do what you ask, but I just really, really want to learn. If you go at that genuinely to a family operator, there's going to be some that turn you down. I'm going to be honest. But if you do it to enough, at scale, multiple ranchers and farmers, somebody's going to give you a chance. And then probably somebody else. And you're going to start to build those connections. And how long might that take before you find somebody who may let you do a seller financing or may help you out with some rent maybe for a couple years, let you rent out the ground and get a little bit of operating experience? It's probably going to take, it's going to take years. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be different for everybody, but it's going to take years. Let's say it takes 5 to 10 years. Boom. We're at the 10 years where the land's starting to trade hands. And you have to have those connections built if you have a chance, because you aren't the highest bidder. And that is why I say, if you want to start a family ranch, a family farm, that cow farm we talked about, you need to be ready right now. You need to watch this video. You need to share this video with your family members, and you need to start building those connections right now. How bad do you want this? I believe in those family acreages that have been plowed over for years. I believe we can build them back. I believe we can build back rural America. And if you believe in that, I ask you to share this video. Get this message out. Yes, do I want this channel to go good? Yes. But I'm making these videos for a reason, because I want to protect rural America. And I thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, never watch my videos again, I guess. I don't know. It's your choice. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. God bless.